Every day, you are telling yourself who you are. People always think that change is going to happen on a yearly basis. New Year's, this new year, I'm going to do this thing. Change is much more powerful than that. It happens with every new moment, because every moment you are telling yourself who you are. Barefoot walking is my favorite example of this, because I pass people on the road all the time, and they say, "How can you do that? I could never do that." And they don't realize that you become able to do it by doing it. Barefoot walking is something that changes you into someone who can do it. Now, this is not the topic of this video. The topic is you. So whatever hard thing you're trying to do. But I think what I've learned from becoming a barefoot walker will apply. This is the perception people have in all areas of life. They think you need to develop callus so you can stop feeling pain. Notice your fingers don't touch each other when they're resting. After a while, your toes don't touch each other either, because your foot goes from being crunched together like this to spread out, flexible, strong, adaptable. Perception is building up callus stops you from feeling pain. The reality is becoming flexible makes walking no longer painful. This is true for that interpersonal thing you're trying to start doing or trying to stop doing. And this is so true, it even happens with temperature. People all the time think I've gotten used to the cold. I didn't. My circulation changed where it's distributing my body heat. It moved, so instead of losing a bunch of heat through my feet, the heat has moved up into my core. Actually, stepping outside with no shoes on warms my core. Now, obviously, if your toes are turning blue, that's a bad sign. You need to get inside. That's a barefoot. That part of the video is a barefoot walking tip. But the point is, after a while, cold stops turning your toes blue and it starts turning them red. Because we got all this heat up here that we're saving, and it moves it down there. True story. And it'll help with other things too. Here's where I really realized what life is about. Is when people are not used to barefoot walking, they tiptoe. Look what happens when you tiptoe. All your weight is on just one part of your foot. Everything in the ground jabs into your foot harder. And when you're tiptoeing, your center of gravity hunches forward. So now, even more weight than you physically have is being leveraged onto your toes. And you say, the ground is too sharp, I can't do it. Where if you just step firmly, and when I would tiptoe around that mess in my house, the mess would bother me more. When I would tiptoe around that broken relationship in my house, the broken relationship was always in my face. Because crunching myself up to avoid the pain was maximizing the pain. Because when you're not taking action on that project you're trying to start, that thing you're trying to learn, that thing you're trying to heal, you are in fact taking action. And that action is tiptoeing. And tiptoeing is telling yourself that you're not capable of taking action. And when you tell yourself you're not capable of taking action, it's already true. Look at this, my hands are colder than my feet. See that? I proved my point. So don't wait until you feel capable to take action on the problem. Putting your foot down, literally or figuratively, is what will make you capable of dealing with the problem. And obviously it's a journey. You're not going to immediately be able to walk 10 miles with a backpack through the untamed forest. You're not going to immediately solve your relationship. You're going to build up to that. But once you tell yourself you are strong enough to do something. Now it is true, because you always believe the things you're telling yourself. And even when I was making this video, I was in this kind of a position, trying to get the words right, and when I relaxed like this, now we're just talking. Take actions that tell you that you are capable of working on the thing. And it'll be true because you always believe what you tell yourself.